Now I did both wrong things. What's my list of problems?
Your car has cancer.
My car definitely read that my car had cancer. So I'm like, oh shit. Okay.
You gave your car cancer.
You give a car
No. Oh shit, they caught me on camera. Hey, we were goofing off. Sorry, you guys caught me off guard. I wasn't ready for the camera to catch me.
Oh, didn't see you there.
And I'm bloodshot red right now. I'm your host, Victor Santana. To the man left of me is Drew, the beer guru, the beer wrangler.
What it do, baby boo?
1,000 other nicknames. This man's the best. Then the man, the myth, the
machine.
legend,
The machine.
Ziggy. Oh, what a way to start.
Not only do we do our own stunts, we do our own voice effects as well. So
I don't know if you noticed.
You guys are in for a treat today. I just want to say that.
You're welcome.
In for a treat.
I don't know if you noticed.
Yeah. Anyways, welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen. This is a beautiful Thursday here in Dallas, Texas. We are living in complete utter hell. Where if you walk outside, you will literally melt. I'm looking outside and I'm sweating bullets just looking outside right now.
Talking about sweating bullets.
That's a great Megadeth song.
Have you had any time during this week, maybe past week, where you've been sweating bullets? Any particular time?
Not at all.
When you were in like any kind of like transportation?
Oh, you mean my car broke down because I fucked it up? Yeah. I had to walk 2 miles.
Well, so let's start the story off with you. You had some car work done recently, right?
So here's the deal. Yes, I had my AC compressor fixed a few weeks ago because I had that went out.
That deer you hit.
That deer I hit fucked up my AC compressor, so I had that changed out, right? And then that was like 2-3 months ago. Then that compressor went out for manufacturer error, so I got a new compressor come in for my warranty. So I had to pay for labor for that over the weekend. So I was last week all without no AC. And then I got my car back over the weekend.
Yeah.
And I was like, cool, my car's back. I just paid $200 for the labor, changed out. So with that being said, I got my car back on Saturday, and then Sunday I drove a little bit, Monday drove a little bit, and then Tuesday morning I'm driving my car, and then I get an alarm. Boom, engine's overheating. I'm like, that's weird as fuck. So I pulled it to the nearest gas station. I opened the hood. Oh, no coolant. The guys they flushed it and they forgot to add coolant. Fair enough. I'm gonna add coolant to it. Mind you, I don't know shit about cars. Let's be clear. I don't know shit about cars. So
now you do a little bit.
I know a little bit more about
a little
coolant.
bit more now after the fact.
So I bought.
That's how we learn though, from mistakes, right?
You learn from mistakes. Expensive, $300 mistakes. I'm gonna go buy it. I'm gonna tell you about that. So I buy coolant and I open the coolant reservoir.
Yeah, it's a little cap right there on
And
the
it's
on
a
top
clear
of the
thing in
radiator.
every car. So I open it and then I started seeing it bubble a little bit. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm not supposed to open when it's hot. But since it's so little, there's literally nothing in here. I'm just gonna pour cold coolant in it. And then fill it to the max. And then wait 5 minutes, my car is be ready to go. Did that. Waited 5 minutes, turned on my car, boom, still hot. I was like, I gotta get to work, can't wait. Then we go to the gas station again, then we get a gallon of cold water.
Cold water.
Pop the hood, expose my engine block.
Yeah, you felt
From
like
the plastic cover, and I was like, boom, okay, got the cold water. I'm gonna pour this whole gallon of cold water.
Did you feel like a rapper at like a house party with some champagne?
Yeah, it just started
pouring
sizzling
it,
up, and you see all that
pouring it.
steam come up. I'm like, this is working.
Like, I'm rich, biatch.
It's working. Boom. Get in my car, waited 5 minutes, turn that motherfucker on. I was like, it's gonna be ready to go now.
And it said
Shot up.
WTF.
It's like, yeah, what the fuck? So I'm like, oh, what the fuck?
Yeah,
what the fuck?
Physics is a son of a bitch, isn't it?
Yeah. So I sit there, wait 10 minutes. I'm like, I turn it on again. It's still hot. I'm like, yo, what the hell? Let me Google what happens, what to do when your engine's overheated. So I Google it, and I was like, okay, this is multiple reasons why your engine can overheat, low coolant, whatever. Here's the steps to do it. Check coolant level. Did that. It was empty. Check a bunch of other things. Then it's like things not to do.
One.
One, don't add cold coolant to a hot engine. Wait for it to cool down perfectly between 30 minutes and an hour. Let it cool down naturally. Don't add cold coolant. It will fuck up the lines.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, well I did that. Rule number 2, not to do. Add cold water to the engine block because you will crack the engine.
So you did both.
Ziggy's laughing over there.
You did both.
did both.
Wipe out.
You were hitting 100.
I was 2 for 2. Then I did the WebMD bullshit where I'm like, okay, now I did both wrong things. What's my list of problems?
Your car has cancer.
My car definitely read that my car had cancer. So I'm like, oh shit. Okay.
You gave your car cancer.
You give a car
No,
cancer.
it got cancer. Sir.
Yeah,
Got cancer.
naturally. We don't know what caused it.
So I was like, okay. Let me wait 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Maybe in 30 minutes, my car naturally is going to cool down by itself,
Mm-hmm.
and then it'll be fine. 30 minutes pass by. No, still hot as fuck.
Wait, so did you try to turn it on at all whenever it said it was really hot? Or
Yeah, I turned it on. That's how I got the warning. Every time I turned it on, it was like alarming, like hot.
Is it a suggestion, or was it like you got to pay attention to the warning? You know?
No, another thing. The third time when it alarmed up after 30 minutes, I'm like, well, I'm just going to drive it to work and let it cool down.
Nope.
So it was hot as fuck, and then I put it into drive, and they were like, nope, you can't drive.
Yeah, it's like
No, it wouldn't. I hit the gas, would not go. There's nothing.
it
going
wouldn't
to the
rev.
gas.
It wouldn't rev like no.
It was the RPM's at 0 the whole time.
Oh, while you're pushing on it?
Yeah.
Oh, you'd be
no,
careful.
even when I turned it on, it never moved.
I mean, when you gassed it, it was still at 0.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, be careful. You might flood the engine too.
So that's another thing I read. But anyway, I was going to work.
See, I think for all those employers out there, future employers for Victor Santana, the man's dedicated. He's trying to get to work. Let him get
I got to work,
Yeah,
but I left the car.
he hitchhiked. to
I
work.
definitely hitchhiked. I
In
don't
an
want to say
Uber.
what I had to do, but I hitchhiked.
Well, that's wild.
Well, he didn't have gas or grass.
Nope.
So what happened after work? You went.
So I worked a full day. Lucky enough, I had a coworker drive me to my car, and then she was like, "Well, I'm here. I'm not gonna let you just try the car before just turn it on and see. It's gonna be fine." Everybody the whole day is being optimistic. Like his car is fine. Don't worry about it. Even though we all knew not to add cold water to the engine block and cold coolant, you're fine. It's all fine. I get there now. When I turned the key to the car, it was like click, 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 started. And I'm like, okay, that's how I get dropped.
Sound like you drive like a '78 Pontiac over here.
It
It's
sounded
like,
like it was
come on,
drowning.
baby. Come on, baby. We're gonna make it through today. Come on.
Mind you, I drive a 2014 Ford Fusion. So I'm like, okay, that did not sound good. I still got no power. She's like, turn it off, turn it again, do it one more time. Click, 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 and it starts. I'm like, oh fuck. She's like, well, it's fucked up. And I was like, it's like, you'll go home now. I'll walk to the mechanic. And that's what I did. I got to the mechanic, and he was like, well, we don't have a tow truck here. You got to go get a tow truck. And I'm like, ah, fuck, all right.
Did you tell him it's y'all's fault? You didn't put coolant in
No,
my
yeah.
car?
So no one, the mechanic, he's never gonna watch this podcast. He's an old guy, trust me. And as far as he knows, they didn't put coolant in the car, and I added coolant, and then now it just doesn't work. Nobody knows as the mechanic side that I add water to it, except for you guys, because I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm like, yeah, I added water to it.
Yeah.
So long story short, after this, now we get the car to them around 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Guy calls me an hour later. He's like, hey man, I don't understand how this happened, but there's a massive hard plastic line that is popped. I don't understand how that would happen, but it's popped. So
You're like, what did you guys do to my car?
I was like, man, that shit had no coolant. Maybe that's what happened. It's like I don't know. That's what it's meant for a high heat. So I'm like, all right. I was like, what we gonna do? Like, what we gonna do? He was like, well, honestly, you didn't get warranty. We don't have warranty for this car, so we didn't do it. How about this? You buy the part and we'll waive the labor. And he said, but the bad thing about it is manufacturer only, so we won't get it today.
Yeah.
We'll get it done Thursday morning or the latest Thursday afternoon. I'm like, okay, but no labor? He's like, no, we're going to take care of the labor part. It's on us. We didn't put coolant. It's like, all right, cool. I was like, fuck that car.
Nice.
So this car with me has been through hell and back since the day I got it.
And you
Crashed
just got it recently.
I got it like a year and a half ago. I crashed it
Oh,
like
man.
6 months in.
Yeah.
I ruined the whole front end.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like an idiot the whole time. Lucky for me, shout out to my roommate. They let me borrow his car. I said they, he.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't want to misgender him, but I
Yeah.
know he identifies as he.
Did you get his pronouns?
I did. I asked him.
Had a boy.
That's why I said they at first, but I know it's he.
I talked
Gotta
to
get
him.
your
I talked to
pronouns.
him. Well, speaking of donkeys are very common in Mexico. Also, really common in Mexico is tequila. And what we have today on our table is a salty lady aged in tequila barrels.
So excited, guys.
So we got the Martin House Mahieu.
Look at my eyes. Excited. Super excited.
Look him in the eyes. So we're getting on these little special edition, special series releases they have going on from Martin House. The little boxes with the two cans.
I love them. One thing about Martin House, I would say, what I really like is about these special releases they have. They have these badass boxes.
the artwork.
The artwork, and then you can line them up, and they have different things.
Mm-hmm.
And this one maybe not so much, but definitely this other one, you can line them up, and they could make a whole big art design. I think it's pretty badass.
Pretty true. Pretty true.
Sorry.
Yeah, you're
You can tell
missing my feng shui.
that a lot of work went into the design of the packaging, and
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
For sure.
So do I. So shout out to Martin House on that. I do love their. They pay attention to details, even on the bottles too, or the cans, I should say. If the cover feels,
It's like a glossy kind of matte,
a matte finish
like wrap they have on it. So
that feels fucking phenomenal.
phenomenal. So Ziggy, what can you tell us about this Maya Heels? What does it sound like? What's it looking like?
Maya Huel is the salty lady aged in tequila barrels. Let me pull it up here for you guys.
Thank you, sir. And then
So there we have the delightful logo from Martin House. And in ancient Aztec mythology, there was a beautiful goddess they called Maya Huel. She was known throughout the world as the protector of fertility and nourishment. One day, in a brutal ambush by the evil deity
Ziggy.
Zimitl, Maya Huel was killed, and from her grave rose the precious agave plant. It seemed only fitting that we dub this tequila barrel-aged beer Maya Huel. Our Gose, the salty lady, sat in fresh tequila barrels for 4 months to create this brew. You'll find that tequila barrels certainly complement the tart and citrus characteristics of our beloved salty lady, while adding the mellow taste of savory agave. That's Maya Huel, the salty lady aged in tequila barrels from Martin House Brewing.
Quick side note. I also love the details they put on this because they had a Greek mythology one that did extreme amount of detail on it too. That me and Ziggy appreciate.
Acheron? The Acheron?
The Acheron. Which we're saying it wrong. I know
It's Acheron.
Yeah. He's a. You didn't know this, but he's actually an ancient Greek scholar, mythology scholar. So.
I just happened to know that
Ziggy
one.
can't really. I can see Ziggy. He can't see me. I was just staring him down. Like, really, bro.
Oh yeah, no, you're on cam. I saw you on cam.
All right, let's try this. This is a Goza, right?
Oh, they're throwing big names out.
I know. I like the face. Sir.
Yes, sir. So yeah, that little salty lady Goza, barrel aged.
And
Cheers.
tequila, which I'm not a big fan of tequila or Gozas. Oh god, that's salty.
That is real salty.
Oh,
This tastes different than when I had it at the.
it definitely tastes nothing like the salty lady.
No, it does. It's salty like salty lady for sure.
But it doesn't taste. It doesn't have to me. Let me clarify my profile. I've been drinking whiskey, and when I'm drinking this, and so my profile may be off, but it does not taste the same as the salty lady whatsoever.
So I'm trying to figure out the. It's definitely salty. Definitely know it's a Goza.
Definitely a Goza. You can definitely tell that.
But I'm trying to figure out where the tequila part comes into play.
The barrel part, maybe that's why it's off on me. Smell tequila in it a little bit, right? Z, do you smell some tequila? I know you're a big tequila fan.
I am. I'm a very big tequila fan. It's one of my go-to liquors that I drink along with whiskey, and I'll tell you guys, I don't really smell the tequila as much because there's this kind of the overpowering salt smell. But I will say this, on the back end, what I get is I do get the hint of a like salt tequila shot. So like a dressed tequila shot without the lime.
Maybe that's what
so
I'm tasting.
So I am getting that, but it's the salt in this is so much.
Yeah, there's a lot of.
It's so strong that it on some level it kind of overpowers those tequila notes, in my opinion. But I am getting it. I am getting it on the back end.
So big up to Pancho. Sorry to cut you off.
I wasn't saying anything.
You look like you're about to talk.
I was quiet.
Pancho said you got to check out the bot when it was canned, and it was canned almost a month ago.
But that's not that
Almost
bad
2
though.
months ago. My bad. 2 months. I can do math. I promise.
Yeah, on 5/14/18. That's not that bad though. Like the IPA we had was like 2 months old. The first one we tried thus.
But see, and that's one of the things that I like about this packaging, back to the packaging, is having it in a box like that, it's keeping even the can from the sun.
Mm-hmm.
So,
That's true. Poncho did say he he preferred cans over bottles.
That's true.
because
He's very knowledgeable.
as Poncho said, sunlight is the number one enemy of beer because it heats it up, and I guess it ages it a lot quicker than normal.
Oh,
He produces like a lot of off flavors and stuff like that. So
Shout out to-
this one's not my favorite by any means. And we had tried it at Taps and Caps on tap, and I feel like it tasted different.
I'm a big proponent of always getting from the tap versus bottled or canned. I feel like beers just taste better.
Yeah.
That way, I don't know how true that is and how authentic that is, but because taste is to the individual, right? It's all about what you prefer.
Taste is in the tongue of the beholder. I think it's
That's the saying, right? That's the
that's
saying.
that's a very common saying.
Every beer show says it. But so it did taste fresher than it does now. But as far as comparing it to its original form, the Salty Lady, I like this more than the Salty Lady. It's not as salty, in my opinion, than the Salty Lady. It does taste off a little bit to me. It's just I can't pinpoint it as like not being bad, but just not the same as what we tasted it before. But
Yeah.
it's still better than a Salty Lady. If I had to choose between Salty Lady and this one, I've definitely picked this one first. And I don't know, Ziggy, have you ever had the Salty Lady before?
I think I might have had once. I got to tell you guys, I think I like this beer a lot more than you guys do. I really, really like this beer.
It's not bad.
I'm glad somebody does. 'Cause
Real quick,
I absolutely
like
hate it.
when I tried it at the world-renowned Taps and Caps, I didn't get a lot of the saltiness in it as much as it is now. I don't know if it's just it being in a can; it tastes somewhat different. But I feel like I enjoyed it more at Taps and Caps. But it's not bad here. I do like the salty aspect of it. Like I appreciate that about it. I am getting a lot of salt, but it's just not my favorite. It's like I probably would be like, it's okay. So what about you, Ziggy? Why do you like it so much?
I don't know. There's just something about it, and I think it might be that it's a very unique, because I don't think we've had a tequila aged beer on the show before.
No, not on the show. We've had it at the breweries that I want to say it was at that Craft and Growlers anniversary. There was a tequila one.
Yeah, I think you're right. I just don't remember which one it
Me
was.
neither.
But
Because we have great memory.
I do like what you said about like it being like a dressed tequila shot. That is like a good way of describing it. And maybe that was kind of the thought process behind using tequila barrels with like a Salty Lady, you know?
Well, and it's, I think it's unique because I haven't really heard about this much, and I think that this is kind of the area of the country and the area of the world really where a beer like this could be made, and so I really appreciate that. I am kind of more of a fan of Gosei's and sours, especially than Vic is, and I think just in general even than the show is I really prefer that style. I've found over the last several weeks and the beers that we've tried.
Come on, let's be real. You've been years with us now.
And
Be real deep.
Yeah, that's fair. But no, I think that I just enjoy that style more, and there's something about it. And I think the weird thing here, though, and I think that this is what's really going to surprise you guys. My rating for the beer, I don't think I'm going to rate it crushable. I don't think I'm going to rate it phenomenal. I think actually what I'm going to rate this beer weirdly as is a dessert beer.
Wow. I was thinking on the house that you were going to say.
No.
To be fair, he does drink a lot of tequila for dessert.
Yeah, I do. Well,
We found that
and
out.
so this is the thing: is
I know he drinks tequila. Trust me.
I'm
He always
a-
tries to offer it to me.
I'm a big proponent of salt and sweet pairings,
Yeah.
and so I feel like the saltiness of this would pair very well
With a donut.
with A donut wouldn't be bad, but I was going to go for more something like, I don't know, flan or a sopapilla. I think that would be a really interesting flavor pairing.
I like the sopapilla
So,
thing more than flan.
Yeah, I would love to see how this would pair with something like that. So that's why I would call this more of a dessert beer. Because I think the saltiness does keep it from being crushable.
Yeah.
I would probably call this phenomenal if I didn't think that it would pair so well with something like that.
This beer kind of reminds me of if you're, a little dehydrated from playing sports and they give you like a salt tab or some Gatorade, just have a salty lady instead because
Like
you're getting all of those
pickle
electrolytes
juice.
back.
Does that pickle juice?
I mean, I think this thing has everything plants crave. Let's
It
be
does
real.
have everything plants crave.
It's-
Electrolytes.
It's got electrolytes.
The electrolytes and salt. I would put this as the drain pour because it's not something for me.
That bad, huh?
It's,
I guess it's
just not for me.
Checking off all the things you're not that fond about.
don't like tequila. I don't like
the salty.
cosas and salty stuff. I don't like salt on my tequila. If I ever do take a tequila shot, it has to be clean, no salt, no lime. I can't
Now,
do it.
I also agree with that. I don't like dressed tequila shots.
But I just don't like salt. I'm really big. I don't like that. So I guess I just realized the realization. I don't like something super sour, and I don't like something super salty. And I guess is that something that profile where it fucks up my tongue. Like ugh, just like that.
I told you not to pour all that in there.
I'm gonna chug it
Yeah.
or attempt to chug it, but I want to see that drain pour picture. I never sent it to you. Never mind. I never
It's
sent it to you.
exposed it. For me, I'm
But
gonna call
let me
this
see what I
one-
can do real quick here, guys.
I'm probably gonna rate this one a on the house, because be it as it may, I will never pour a beer out to save my life. So that drain pour picture, we don't even need it for me.
That's why I think I never.
'Cause
sent it
I
to
ain't
you,
never
'cause
poured
I
on
thought
beer.
I'd never use it.
Mama
but
taught me better. She said, "You will drink whatever beer's on your plate, sir. Or you will not have dessert."
I think that's why I never sent it to you guys because I was like, oh, I'm never gonna use it on the show. But we have a
come
drain pour picture.
Well, we don't have to be that nice. There will be some that.
I don't have a drain pour picture here, but I do think I have something that might approximate that.
How much beer into the sewer? That's what it's our drain pour picture.
I just played. I realized
better.
just now that you guys didn't have your headphones on. I played a toilet flush sound effect.
I like
So-
it.
I like it. That's even better.
And they need a graphic. Yeah.
That's even better. But no, it's not that. It's just not for me. Absolutely not for me. I can't even. If you bought it for me, I'm just like, please don't. Please don't.
Please don't. Please don't.
I can't do it.
I swear, it tasted different. I don't know if it was a consistency thing, but I tasted different
Tasted
before.
cleaner
Yeah.
at Taps and Caps.
I don't know. It tasted sweeter whenever I tried it more. It tasted more like a cider, like a salty tequila cider before. I don't know.
It tasted cleaner. I think, in my opinion, it was the verse. It's cleaner, but it's if whoever likes Gozas, this is for you. Definitely.
You
It's
know what it reminds me of? If you have a glass of orange or apple juice,
better than
sprinkle some
the
salt
Red
in
Mist,
it.
whatever one it was.
The red mist.
The second one that's super salty that they had.
Oh,
the-
Queen of the Mist.
Queen of the no.
The Queen of the Mist is the
The regular one, but they had like the red one or whatever. They had like a
Red
super,
Currant?
the red like super salty one. That's like the ultimate.
they have the Queen of the Mist, but different variants of it.
Yeah, they had
So
one
they
that was
had-
super salty. That was like a red one.
Oh, you mean the Sea Witch?
Was it the Sea Witch?
The one that's where it's like real dark.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one. I like the Sea Witch, but I think my favorite out of the kind of the Queen of the Mist ones has been the mango one.
I never tried that one.
Yeah, you did because you had it. Whenever
Fuck! I tried it. Yes.
you had it whenever you first got to
I kicked something. My bad.
whenever you first got to the Craft and Growler anniversary party,
That's right.
and you were like, "Oh, this is pretty good," and I was like, "You're like, what is it?" I'm like, "It's that Queen of the Mist." You're like, "Nah, I don't like it anymore because I know what it is now." But,
It sounds like me. It sounds about
I
right.
totally believe that story. Every
that sounds about right.
every
he's
beat.
like, wait, there's something I was opposed to in the past. I'm opposed to it still. I appreciate Victor's solidarity at some level because he sticks to his guns.
Oh, it sounds so like me. I'm not even like acting. It's not me.
If Victor's bout it, he bout it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Guys.
So they do have on the Martin House website. They do have a food pairing for the Maya Huel, and
it,
they recommend.
Sidecar of tequila.
Well, they actually recommend eating tacos, particularly
No.
tacos al pastor.
I was gonna say Smouthbuster tacos would be good.
No, I think the dessert thing was better. Something sweet and salty. I think that's a better pair. No, man. I just don't. Here's the thing, and this is a weird segue to it. I hate people who live in the Midwest that don't have teams. Well, you know what? I didn't have a team in my local city.
Midwest, they got the Pacers, bro. Pacers takes them all that area.
The whole Midwest.
Whole Midwest. Chicago.
Atlanta.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Yeah,
Pacers. Historic. You know why? They got Larry Bird now. That's what it's really about.
Stop it. No, here's the deal.
Hey, that Oladipo kid.
So
That's true.
here's the problem with people who live in places that don't have teams. They 90% of the time pick winning teams.
It's true.
Winning teams. They're like, oh, I'm a Yankee fan. I'm from Alabama. We don't have a professional team. I'm a Yankee fan. Oh, but you can't read it. It says LeBron can't leave you if you leave him first. And it has Kyrie Irving on it. Like, that was a hilarious meme.
But Kyrie is also a flat earther, so we don't even touch that topic. But
I'm not even gonna get on that rant. But here's the deal. So people from like Alabama, Oklahoma, North and South Dakota, I've met people from there. They're like, I'm a 49ers fan, and I'm a Lakers fan, and I'm a Cowboys fan. So like, oh, you're just gonna pick all the winning teams? Just gonna pick all the winning franchises out there?
I heard Cowboys, so yeah, that sounds like a good pick.
Dick riding, bitch ass motherfucker.
I mean, they're called America's team for a reason. So.
No, I'm just saying, I just don't like
It's marketing.
I just
Yes,
don't
you're
like
right,
that
for a reason.
I just don't like those people. I'm from New York City, so I'm a Yankees fan, and I'm a Giants fan, and I'm a Knicks fan.
And a Jets fan on the low.
No,
Whenever the Giants are
fuck outta
doing
here.
good.
I'm not a redneck.
What about the Bills?
I'm not from the country. I'm not a Trump supporter.
Whoa! You don't like wings?
That is not inaccurate.
You tell me you don't like buffalo wings.
No, you know I don't like hot sauce.
He likes them plain.
Yes,
That's
barbecue
what-
sauce.
All of
And you're going around calling people bitch ass.
Yes,
What's your bitch ass?
no hot sauce ass. Yes.
Yeah.
So
Untrustworthy.
I just don't know. I just don't like. Being a Giants fan as a kid in the '90s, they were shit. They were the shittiest team in the league.
Yeah.
One of the
But
shittiest.
the '80s.
The '80s, before I was born, they were legit. I heard all those glory days.
Man, when it snowed out there, it snowed in the Giants.
And then I
locker
also heard about the Knicks when won in '73. I wasn't even born yet, but I hear about that. I was a Knicks fan, but I'm a Knicks fan all the way through and through. And I was a Giants fan. I was super excited that the Giants started winning in my 20s.
Yeah, I think to be proud of like the Knicks in and of itself is, the Knicks have made it whenever they have a roster spot on Space Jam. So we
Just-
got Pat Ewing.
Just sign,
Mavericks got somebody as well. We got our man, the big tall boy, big white boy.
Dirk.
No.
Oh, that center.
Uh-huh.
What's his name?
Who lasted how many seasons?
Like 2. He lasted like 2 seasons.
No, he was there for a long time. Y'all are crazy.
Yeah, rode the
on the
bench
bench.
for forever.
Thank you, Ziggy.
He was there. He was there.
Oh my god, I can't remember his name for the life of me. But anyway,
You got it. Come on.
I can't. No, I'm not even gonna fucking. I know.
Anyways, get back to your rant. What were we
Anyway,
gonna say?
fucking long story short, I hate bandwagon fans. I'm a 49ers, I'm a Lakers fan, I'm a Cowboys fan, I'm a fucking Yankee fan. You suck a dick.
Yeah.
Suck a dick. Where were all the Yankee
Hey,
fans?
aren't you a Yankee fan?
No, but I'm from
Wow.
New York City.
Real bandwagon of you, bro.
I'm from New York City.
Yo, you could have picked the Mets, but you picked the winning team? That sounds a little suspect, bro. Hey, look at
No,
him.
no.
Look at you. Gotta hear, folks.
My mom would say the same thing.
You gotta
My
hear,
mom would say the
folks.
same thing.
You be the Mets.
My mom would say the same thing. but
Mets, Jets, Islanders, Nets.
Yeah.
Nets is from New Jersey.
They're the
Brooklyn
Brooklyn
now.
Nets now, baby.
Brooklyn, bro.
My mom's a Mets fan,
Yeah.
but my godfather and all significant.
Oh, so you're cherry picking now. You just
No,
not your mom's is closest to you. Like I got an uncle over there that likes the
No,
Yankees,
no.
so that gives me some validity.
Here's the deal. Every male
My brother
figure
used
my
to be
life
in
was a kid
Seattle,
was
so I'm a
Yankees
Thunder fan.
Yeah.
Was a Yankees fan.
So
My
that's
uncles-
the definition of bandwagon. Everybody else is Yankee fans, so you jump on the bandwagon.
I'm from New York. I'm on a bandwagon.
Because you could have been the Mets
My
fan.
family was all Yankee fans. My mom was the Lone Ranger as a Mets fan.
The New York Rangers.
You know when I went to Mets Chase Stadium? I saw shit. I saw shitty teams playing for shitty seasons.
Oh, so you wanted the winning team.
No, I'm from
I'm just,
Yankees
trying,
wasn't-
I'm just trying to dissect what you're saying
the
here.
Yankees were not good in the 90s.
I think I think
God,
I think the
that's
most
so good.
I think
that's
the
so good.
most important question.
The '90s, the Yankees weren't good in the '90s.
Well, because they already had like 40 pennants right there. You know, they're good at that point. They're pretty solid.
The mid '90s, where I was old enough to follow the Yankees,
Mm-hmm.
from the early '90s to the mid '90s, they weren't good. They started getting good in the late '90s. So please don't quote me in my Yankee history. I know my Yankee history. Plus, my stepfather from day one, he's been in my life for my entire life. He's like, fuck Derek Jeter. He's the worst thing that ever happened to the Yankees.
So by all accounts, you should have been a Mets fan, but you jumped on the Yankees bandwagon.
No, me and my stepfather Yankees fans through and through.
I think the most important question to come out of all of this.
Fuck LeBron James.
Well, no. Besides all this stuff, is how old is that baby, bro? That's what I want to know. How old is that baby right there?
I mean, I gave birth to it.
Yeah, it looks about like
That beer last week was 9 months.
yeah.
Shout out to Pancho for some great ass beers, by the way.
Oh yeah, that was
Pancho. I keep looking at the TV, but I didn't look at the camera.
all of them.
Pancho.
About 40 shots here in the studio. So.
I appreciate it, man. All the beers. Check the episode 25. Big ups to him too in Seattle.
Yep,
Big
he's
ups.
out there. I followed his journey.
Because of the Yes Channel, and they play in New York most of the time. in
They
different
get
divisions.
the most national games on ESPN than anybody. Anybody. The Yankees always get it. They're on
It's
ESPN.
like every other Sunday they're playing the
let's be clear,
Sox.
Let's be clear. This season.
No,
This
no.
This
Come
season.
on.
Oh, all the
Come on.
time.
Get out of here
Whoa.
with that. Get out of here.
Whoa.
Get outta
Whoa.
here.
2014, 2015, we
All
were getting
the
no airtime.
All the time.
Only freaking Red Sox game.
Quit yelling at our viewers. All right, we got one last beer on the block today.
Segway. That beautiful man on screen.
It is July, and it's not quite Christmas time, even though we would all love it to be Christmas time. But we got another beer, a barley wine,
fuck Santa.
that new that released from Martin House. Christmas in July is a barley wine.
Oh, look at that. He's losing weight.
Looky there. So I'm gonna look like next Christmas.
Me too.
Yeah. But anyways, what's this barley wine about, Ziggy?
Let me see here, guys. So, this is the Christmas in July. Season's greetings from sunny Fort Worth, Texas. This summer, we're more than excited to can one of our favorite beers, the Christmas in July. The base of this rich, boozy creation is our barley wine. Sugar and spice, which contains cinnamon, cloves, nutmeg, vanilla, and piloncillo sugar. We aged sugar and spice for 5 months in whiskey barrels. The result is a high-octane, 13.2 ABV beer that actually does taste like the holidays. Sip this beer responsibly, or it just might deck your halls. That's the Christmas in July from Martin House Brewing.
Wow.
Wow.
That's a. I say wow because, you know what? Big ups to Martin House too. I like how they describe things. It makes it visual
Yeah.
in your head before you taste it. If you read the description, like that's pretty badass description.
Yeah. It's true. It's true.
And thank you, Ziggy, for reading that phenomenally. Phenomenal.
It's a good cold read. I like it.
There it goes. Let's do this. Let's try it. Salud.
All right. Cheers. And smell that? It smells like a pumpkin pie.
It does. Ooh. Ooh, that's good.
All right, here it goes. Boozy as fuck up front.
It's definitely boozy.
On the nose, you're getting a lot of.
Mind you, almost 14%.
Yeah. On the nose, you're getting a lot of. What do we have? Some of that.
That spice.
Yeah, cinnamon, the nutmeg I really smell, and the vanilla. But yeah.
I think that, that nutmeg and that vanilla really hit early.
Pushed
They're
through,
they're
yeah.
very, it's so fragrant. This is, I think, the most fragrant beer that we've had in quite a while.
Yeah, on the back end, you really start getting a lot of like that clove kind of, banana taste there at the end.
13.2%. That's a high ABV. So I'm not taking offense to and having that boozy flavor up front. I'm not offended by it because being 13%, that's a really high percentage, especially for being barley wine, which naturally is in my opinion. I think it tastes a little more boozier.
No, yeah. So barley wines in the style like have a lot. They're when you see a barley wine, you know it's going to be a high alcohol content.
Does it taste more boozier than
Yeah,
usual?
a lot of them do. So that we've had some I've tried some. Most of them all taste pretty boozy, but some of them you can get that like kind of hide it a little bit well.
Well, that one that we tried a few weeks ago that hit it extremely well at 12%.
That was the Aslan beer company. It was the Rich Mahogany.
Yeah, Rich Mahogany. That was a barley wine too that you don't taste, that's why I was very surprised.
Yeah, for
but
sure.
This one's 30%. It tastes a little boozier, but it's not offended. I'm not offended by it.
Yeah. I think it hits you up front with the booze, but you taste like the flavors after the fact, and it kind of like mellows it out and makes it more enjoyable. So,
But all the spices and the vanilla to it, I think it's very abrupt.
abrupt.
Thank you. I've been drinking. But it works together. It all works in harmony together.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's good. So, talk about Pancho on the show last week. He is a big proponent. He really loves this beer a lot. This barley wine.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, this is one of his favorite barley wines for the longest time. He said so.
I thought he didn't like.
No, he loves it. He loves this beer. So I had already tried this before the show. You know, like
Alcoholic.
No, a different day. Like,
You called?
a couple weeks ago. So I already kind of knew we were getting into it with this one, but it's still great. So
Did Amy try this with you? Mm-hmm. So sorry, Ziggy. I want to see what Amy before you get into. What
Yeah,
you
yeah.
did.
Yeah.
What did Amy think about this? Because I think she hits it a lot on the nose a lot when she describes beer. Shout out to Amy.
when she tried it,
Amy.
we had already had some beers. At the
She's
beer,
compromised.
At the bearded lady. Well, so she was like, "Whoa, that's very strong." She wasn't really that big on it. I didn't get her to ask like the tastes of the flavors and stuff, but yeah,
She was compromised. She's an 80.
she was compromised.
Woman.
Yeah.
She's an 80-pound woman.
She was-
2 beers in, she's done.
She was out. Those were 2 Miller Lights too, man. She was out.
I doubt it was Miller Lights. But what do you think about the Ziggy?
I think that it's a the thing that really sticks out to me is that I feel that this is a hard beer to categorize in our categories, and I kind of want to hold this up a little bit to the like that color of the beer is just so rich, and it's really good. And the problem that I have here is something this high ABV. I'm reluctant to call it crushable. And I don't think that this is a dessert beer the way that we have kind of described it.
I think we're leaning towards the same thing, Ziggy.
So I would probably call this beer
Drain pour.
phenomenal.
Ooh, no, we're going complete opposite directions. I was calling this on the house, but I still
Really?
like it.
Oh man.
I still like it. It's a very boozy drink that I usually drink stuff to enjoy it. It's not that I don't enjoy it, but it's very situational.
Yeah, I see you. I feel you. It's more of a sipping kind of beer, huh?
Very sipping.
Very much so.
I would call
yes.
this, for me, I'm gonna call it a dessert beer, just because of the fact that it's got a lot of like, you know, instead of having a slice of pumpkin pie or something, kind of like, you know, have this on the side,
Have a nice little
sitting
dinner.
in my chinchilla coat, you know, just sitting there swirling it.
You know what?
drinking it.
I could totally see that. I think though that like if I was going to call this a dessert beer, it would be for a completely different reason than the Maya Huel, because the Maya Huel I'm calling it a dessert beer based on the pairing. This one, I think it's a dessert beer as itself. Like you wouldn't have this with something else, I don't think.
No,
Yeah,
exactly.
I think that's what you're going for, right?
I'm just saying it's got a lot of taste to it, and it's good sippable beer, kind of like cap the night off.
I think that's interesting that you say that because I think like I have a nice steak dinner with like a friends or with you and your spouse. You know, you sit there and you have a great dinner, and you sit there and it's like, you know what, I'm gonna give me a nice little surprise. Let me get this barley wine from Martin House, and I can see that. That's actually works well together.
I want a cigar with it. I don't know why that is.
That's also something very interesting. Very sit down and sip on it with a cigar. You know, instead of a scotch, you have this. Like, is there very, very, very interesting.
But I have to have my chinchilla coat on, is what I'm trying to say.
In your shades,
Yeah, my
in
son
your,
is.
your Rolex.
Yeah, the rolly. Rolly on my wrist.
It's still for me. It's still on a house, but I can see where both of you are going. But for me, it's just gonna be on a house, just because it's situational.
I think you just want free beer. That's why you keep saying on the house. You just want free beer.
I'm throwing it out there.
Anybody come find me with some beers and I will try it for you.
Just throwing it out there.
Speak what you want into the world, and it will become reality.
We need like
Free beer.
you know how they have like speed dating? They need to have like a big like
Beer dating?
a mini flight thing where you go through and you try them. And
Taps
you,
and caps.
You give like an instant like rating from our rating system.
Rick, let's get this
That
going.
is, that's not his name, bro.
The owner.
No, that's not his name.
That's Rick.
No, I was trying to test
know,
you.
Rick.
I was trying to test you. See if you
After
forgot.
that one fail I had
You're
a
like,
few weeks ago,
It's not Rick. No, it's
like,
Rick.
yeah, my friend Rick. I'm like, who is Rick?
Rick Ali.
So, Rick, what's up, man? Let's do this. Let's do this flight tasting exam and get ratings on it
Yeah.
from 1 to 30.
Oh wow, it's a big rating system.
But, my God, this is such a good beer, and I'm looking at it like I am scared of it because 13%. That's impressive. But we got like 6 minutes left on the show. I have nothing else to talk about. I still hate fit bandwagon fans.
I want to talk real quick about the Texas heat and how it sucks still.
It doesn't-
Here's
not
the
that
thing.
bad.
Here's the thing. I was
We could talk about
driving.
threesomes.
You keep wanting to go talk about these threesomes, man. I know you had a great weekend. It was awesome. You keep trying to throw it in everybody's face about threesomes.
Just saying.
So, anyways,
Look, dude, it's not going to happen. We are just not compatible.
we drink together. That's it, man. That's it. No,
We're not friends.
So I'm driving home from work, and I drive from Dallas back to Fort Worth, where I reside, and I'm sitting here looking like bacon in my car. The dash says like 108 on the freaking.
You have no
like,
AC too?
No, I've got the AC, but it's like reading. It's reading like I don't know the atmospheric pressures and stuff and everything.
Oh my
The
God,
spirit
yeah.
energy. And but here's the thing. I'm sitting here looking out the window, and we haven't gotten rain in a minute. Okay.
That's a good thing.
The grass is all dead. It's like you know that yellow kind of just dead grass everywhere. I'm like, dude, the fucking grass here like hates Texas heat so much that they died just to get out of Texas.
Remember when it rained for like 2 months straight and it was floods everywhere?
Yeah.
Texas is not built for rain, bro.
Well, that's Houston's not built for rain, and nobody likes Houston. So
I
let's be
love
real.
Houston.
Yeah, well,
Shout out to Houston. I love you guys.
they call Houston the armpit of Texas.
Not, I don't.
They call it.
It's the best place in Texas.
Whoa, come on, man, for reals.
If I ever had a job out there, I would have. I'm sorry, I love Houston, man.
Well, it might be good for you because you don't sweat.
the music, the food, the culture is just more vibrant.
Tell you what, I went down to Houston for an event. I was going to like a little seminar. I was all dressed up, nice in a tie and
That's
some
where you fucked up.
slacks.
That's where you fucked up, sir.
You had to for the event. So, parked in the parking garage, hopped out the car, and that humidity from like the just hit me. I start sweating. I'm trying to get to the inside real quick because I'm in a nice like little get up and I'm sweating.
I can see you. Move.
Yeah.
Gotta get in here.
I was with my friend. I'm like, get out of the way. I pushed her.
I was hoping to say you was with your wife.
Now this is a long time ago.
Oh my God.
So Houston, if you're there and you don't care about sweating, and you like
Houston's not that bad. Houston is hot as fuck. It's humid as fuck. It definitely does that.
what's the armpit of Texas?
Definitely does that, but it doesn't. I love Houston way more than I love Dallas.
Why don't you just change your name to Houston Beer Talk then?
If I had a job out there,
He's like,
if
possibilities.
I had a job out there, yeah,
Call my lawyer. Trademark that.
trademark that Houston. No, since the day I moved to Dallas, Texas, I was never in love with the music and the culture and the vibe from Dallas. It just always was off-putting for me. But the moment I went to Houston for a weekend, the vibe is more to what I'm used to from being from New York City. It is more city vibrant, more Caribbean vibrant, more of my music that I enjoy.
Chopped and screwed.
No, not chopping screw.
Houston rap?
No, the reggae, the Latino, the reggaeton, and the salsa and all that stuff. Just more. Thank you, sir. I really.
Canta y no llores.
Oh man, there you go.
That's get a little mix
That
on that
sounds
telling.
this is Elvis Crespo.
But I just always, and I loved when I partied out there. Just have way more fun when I was in Houston.
Wait, why'd you do that?
That's nice.
Oh, way more fun.
So, what do you think? I was like,
Yeah.
what do you think I was doing?
No, like
Yeah. That's what you're thinking. No, I was thinking nice.
like this kind. Of,
Yeah.
This color.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah.
Anyways,
Anyway, shout out to Houston. I fucking love Houston. And
no shout out to Houston. Shout out to Dallas.
on,
Dallas over everything.
On that note, and we leaving on this on DBT, Dallas Beer Talk. We got to wrap this up. We're at the top of the hour, and that went by super fast. And I want to thank everybody for being on the show today. Martin House, even though we don't see eye to eye a lot, you guys have some phenomenal beers, and I love your artwork. You guys are badass on that part of it.
Keep doing the special releases for the two pack of the cans. I love it.
Oh, definitely.
I'll keep buying it. That's for sure.
Yeah, I still got one too at the house. I would continue buying myself. You can follow us anywhere on social media: SoundCloud, iTunes, Facebook,
Grindr.
Instagram, Grinder. I will be there. My face. On that note, follow us anyway. Then always, if you're in the Dallas area, you can always catch Ziggy in the Backdoor Comic Club. He most likely hosting the late show, and him, Pete, Reg, top comedians here in Dallas.
Dave Chappelle's going to be there.
Dave Chappelle, a few other comics. Follow Backdoor Comic Club. I love you guys. Have a good weekend. Drink responsibly.